This is Hannah and Cailin for Double Talk here in Herald Square Park in New York City, talking to actor Tony D. Head. How are you doing, Tony?
I'm doing well. It's a beautiful day. It's glad to meet the two of you here.
We're just hanging out in the park. How could it be better? You just wrapped a film called Lazy Susan with a bunch of legends, Matthew Broderick, Allison Janney, Sean Hayes. What was your experience like on set with them?
Anything those three are in, you know it's a comedy, right?
Right,
so,
exactly.
So it's a really interesting comedy, and my character is trying to get Sean Hayes from jumping off a building. Sean Hayes actually plays a woman in this movie, and some of the things that she goes through to try to overcome obstacles in her life. I'll put it like that.
So I have to ask you about the Joker. Where are you at in the process of that?
We shot it over in Brooklyn at Steiner Studios, and it was a great experience. I got to work with Todd Phillips, who directed The Hangover, all the Hangover movies.
Ooh.
And he's executive producer along with Bradley Cooper of The Joker.
I love Bradley Cooper.
Yeah. So
Is Bradley Cooper executive producer of
Yeah.
The Joker?
he's one of them.
Did you get to meet him?
No, he wasn't there when I worked. The only person I met was Todd Phillips, and he was great. I can't talk about what I did on the Joker, but it's. I think everybody is going to be blown away. It's not going to be some big action film with people jumping off buildings. And
That's what you think of, right?
that's what you think of when you think of DC Comics,
Right.
yeah. But this is going to be more of a dark psychological thriller that gets into the mind of a person. That what could affect this person like this to decide to become the Joker? It's going to take you back before he's the Joker, when he's just going through a lot of things. What could actually make him turn into a person like that?
Right, that sounds like a Joker movie that's up our alley, right? The
Yeah,
psychological
I love
thriller.
psychological thrillers.
And it's interesting because with these comic book movies, they're real people before they become superheroes.
And you rarely get to see that. Most of the time it opens up with the hero saving somebody, or the whole picture is about him, overcoming obstacles as the superhero. You never see what he's like or she's like when they were a little kid, or what they went through. But this, I think, is going to be a far deeper look into the darkness of what made him who he was.
Very interesting. Looking forward to it. I want to know from your perspective, because you've been a part of so many projects, when you're just going through the audition process of something like The Joker, I mean, as far as production goes, it does not get any bigger than that.
Yeah.
Can you feel that, or does it feel in a way just like something else you work on?
That's a interesting thing, because you want to try to make every audition equally important. Otherwise, when you get the big auditions, you put more pressure on yourself. So when I went in, I really didn't think that much about the Joker. One reason was because they actually had it under another name.
I was going to say, did you even know the code name?
Romeo.
Romeo.
Initially, it was Romeo. And then everybody found out that it was the Joker that was shooting. But, you go in and you try to just put that out of your mind, because as an actor, you've prepared a piece. Although I will say, in this case, we didn't get the sides till we got there.
Okay.
We didn't have a date.
Super
to prepare.
secretive.
Yeah, it was real secretive. So, but you try not to think about the results, but rather the execution of doing the audition. You try to do that for every single one, because otherwise you put too much pressure. Like when you do a short film, you say, it's a short film, I got this, And then when it's big, you say, you tighten up. So I think you just got to look at them all the same.
People dream about living the life that you're living, even just the big auditions you've been telling us about, having the chance to go in for those roles. Do you think would you say to them that it's what you think that they would expect when they think of finally finding that success and getting those parts and getting those auditions?
I think that anybody who wants to get in this business, I think is really, they just have to have only a plan A. Can't have a plan B. If you have a plan B, it becomes easy to say, I've had enough. I don't think I'm going to make it. So just a plan A. That way, you're all in.
No, but that's really interesting advice, though, because a lot of people do say you need to have a plan B, and you say no, have a plan A only.
Yeah, you only need to have a plan A. That way, you put all the marbles in. But New York is, I think, the best place if you want to be an actor. This is the place to be.